So I'm talking to somebody who's going through some severe mental struggles. This is somebody who you either all right, so it's somebody who is either dealing with people with mental illness or has a mental illness themselves and is trying to get better. But I really feel like I'm picking up this energy from some demons coming into your life and trying to be part of your life. And they want you to accept them as you, accept them as your own, like they're your demons. So that's what I'm getting. They want you to take responsibility for them, love them. Okay, you have, let me see. Yeah, I could be talking to a musician. So you already know what it means to focus on yourself, and people like you no matter what you do. And that means absolutely nothing to you. Being liked is, I feel like, it's irritating, because it's like you could just see right through them. You see that they don't like themselves. They want something from you. They have expectations. I feel like it's just like, it's not cute, like this is not a mutual feeling. So we have some people on the left and the right. Poetry, people gazing. The God is seated at the center. All right. And if you really look at these people in this picture, you see people with this look, like, look at this guy and look at this guy. It's like he's really feeling that music, right? And then the rest of them are just kind of looking on and being part of the scene. But as a musician, or whoever I am, that's whoever I'm talking to, that has some skill with using tools, using instruments of any kind, it's not for show. Like, you're not putting on a performance. I could be talking to somebody who does surgery, like using surgical instruments, and then you have some onlookers watching you, and they're just so amazed by what you do. But if you were to slip, make a mistake, or be turned on in any sense by people watching you, you would mess up, and your job is very important. Being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion into the day of Christ. I feel like you need to stop walking on eggshells around these people, because they are not on your level whatsoever. And the more you pay attention to them, the more they slow you down, drag you down, and then eventually try and say that you got the same problems they got. You're slow. I'm talking to somebody who understands what's happening. So even if it's like about instruments and you're practicing playing an instrument, the people around you don't know how to hold the instrument, let alone play it. And they're trying to see everything you do as if they can pretend that they're doing what you do. Like, if you play guitar, these people play air guitar. They're holding this pretend instrument in their hand and pretending to do what you're actually doing. And is a long process of being able to do what you actually do. They're pretending to be you, and then trying to masquerade like they have more authority than you. And I just feel like these people belong in a hospital. But what are you going to do? What can you do? You have planted much, but have harvested little. You eat, but never have enough. You drink, but never have your fill. You put on clothes, but are not warm. You earn wages only to put them in a purse with holes in it. I feel like I'm talking. I feel like this is about the people who are pretending to be you. They're doing the things you do, but nothing of it, nothing comes from it. So you may be making money, and they're walking around pretending to be you, but they got holes in their pocket. They put on clothes, but they're cold. They could put on layers and layers of clothes, but they're still cold. I feel like you could walk around in t-shirt and shorts in the winter and you don't feel a thing, because you have the engine that burns and creates heat. You're very close to nature. So you got people who are trying to be on your level, but they need this, that, and a third just to keep up. Like almost like somebody in a car beside you as you're walking, and you reach the destination before them because they gotta go down this road and stop at this light and do this, that, and the other, park, and your legs are actually stronger than whatever chair they're riding around in. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who has been tempted in every way, just as we are, yet without sin. You serve a king who has been on your level, whatever level that is, and he's the one bringing you up. You're not relying on anybody else. You don't have your hand out. You're not expecting anything from somebody who's just going to try and steal from you at the end of the day, just wanting more and more and more, whether it's attention, whether it's just to see you fall because they're jealous. You're ignoring them from the gate. So they never get that satisfaction. They're the ones stumbling and falling. And this is an age, these people may not have internet, or they may not have devices or things to watch, because I feel like they're watching you like a television. But this is so odd. You may live in a country, King of Wands. I may be talking to somebody in a rural area, like you're the only one with an internet connection, and everybody's sitting around you watching you, waiting for you to give them a little inkling of acknowledgement so they can get back to talking crap. You got Nine of Wands. So yeah, this is definitely a power struggle, whoever I'm talking to. And at the end of the day, it's like there's really nothing that significant about streaming or watching a video online. It's not that deep. But because you're surrounded by people who are jealous and have no life, they want your attention. Three of Cups, they make it deep. They make everything you do monumental. If I'm talking to somebody who plays an instrument, and you may have instruments your entire life, at this point, it's just like tapping your fingers on the surface. And I may be even talking to somebody who does that. Maybe you used to play drums on the tabletop, and people gather around you like, oh my God, or a beatboxer or something that's just like you using your body as an instrument, some sort of a skill. And you're surrounded by people who are watching you, but they're hating on you. And you know they're hating, but they can't say nothing because you're not paying attention to them. They just standing there gritting at you, hoping that you look at them. I'm talking to a celebrity. Look at them so they can feel alive and continue talking crap. Yeah, I'm talking to a celebrity. Like you're a celebrity in your town or your city or just in life, like a spiritual celebrity. No matter where you go, people stop and stare. It don't matter what kind of clothes you got on. It don't matter how your hair is arranged. It doesn't matter what you're doing. People stop and stare at you and try to figure out where you are, who you are, what you do, and how they could be like you, and trying to get your attention. I'm just irritated by it. It's like, what is this? What's the point? You already don't care. Like, I feel like you could live on a deserted island and be just fine. You don't need nobody looking at you. It don't matter. Especially from haters. Like, even people who admire you and genuinely like you don't matter to you. Because I feel like anything they say to you is just like, who cares? Like, you think I'm pretty? Who cares? You think I'm nice? Who cares? You like my attitude? Who cares? I just feel like you're in this place where nothing they do matters. You're just not affected by the outside world. You're focused on whatever it is you're doing, your project, whatever it is you're doing. And yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, you care about the world as a whole. Like, you care about the environment, you care about the planet and the well-being of life forms. But for somebody to stand in your face like they are your whole world is just ridiculous. And this is the type of attention they want. Like, it's just you and me standing on this big old planet and thinking that you're going to like them as much as they like you. It's just not going to happen. It's a sickness. It's a disease. And then you got the sun in reverse. It's a disease. Is they don't have no business liking you the way they like you in the first place. But for them to stand in your face and expect you to reflect them is a joke. Is a real joke. I feel like you just haven't laughed at it. You haven't laughed about it yet because you really don't care. It's like a real you think I like you the way you like me, and you shouldn't even be liking people the way you like people. It's like a drug. They're addicted to you. They're addicted to your energy. So imagine if I'm talking to cocaine. Cocaine does not care about the people snorting it. Cocaine is being cocaine. People are addicted to you. And it's irritating because they're just fiends. Like, not to put down drug addicts, but a fiend is a fiend. It's not cute. Nobody is flattered by the fact that you're obsessed. Queen of Cups. I feel like you have very stable emotions, regardless of what's going on around you, and you see what's going on. But to see adults acting like kids is sad. It's very sad and embarrassing. You have Eight of Pentacles. Like, to see a human doing animalistic things is embarrassing. It's like you almost don't want to be in the same group as these people. Just go ahead and be an animal. Just go ahead and be somebody's pet. Don't try to say we the same. Three of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. Is embarrassing. Is a joke. That's not really funny. Okay, you have Queen of Cups. Yeah, I feel like they're treating you like a mom. But these are old people. And it's sad. They belong in a hospital. Like they belong in a nursing home. Okay. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions, as the heathen do, for they shall think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. So it's time for you to go into prayer. If this is something that you're dealing with, don't try to start up a conversation with them. Don't try to confront them in any way. If they get any attention from you, it's basically like an overdose. They're going to overdose. So just ignore them. Pray to God. Continue being focused on God and ignore them. And I feel like I said cocaine, but I'm really talking about opium, like opioids, because opioids are natural. It's just a plant. And I feel like whoever you are, you're just natural. You're naturally who you are. You're naturally what you are. And people coming into your life and trying to get you to rub off on them or whatever. These are addicts. Even animals can get addicted to opioids. Birds get addicted, and you probably do have animals coming up to you, like trying to act like you're their owner. Dogs on leashes, trying to follow you home, and the owners are just like there too. Like they want to be a pet as well. So you just around some really unstable people, and it is what it is. And when they had gone through the aisle unto Paphos, they found a certain sorcerer, a false prophet, a Jew, whose name was Bar Jesus. All right, I don't know. That sounds like a joke, but it is what it is.